I love TTRPGs. I have a whole load of hobbies, and this is by far my favorite one. I spend so much time out of my week either playing or prepping these things. I run one weekly game, two alternating bi-weekly games, and then I also play in a D&D campaign that will normally have 1 to 2 sessions a week. And then I also play in a lot of play-by posts and one-shot games. So whether it's D&D, Masks, Bump in the Dark, Perfect Draw, Pathfinder, I love this hobby with all of my heart. Tabletop role-playing games, to me, are beautiful. There's no other type of game like them, and when you break it down, it's because of how they take a system of rules and they use that as a framework for your imagination. Simple. Done. Video over. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm doing a bit, of course, and it's way more nuanced than that, but I'm right. The reason you roll the dice isn't just because it's fun. It's really fucking fun. You roll the dice because you can't be in charge of everything. Sometimes you'll miss a jump. Sometimes the town guard isn't gonna believe your lies, right? And honestly, I think it's important that these things happen. As someone who used to have a tendency to make the characters they write way too powerful, the rules of these games limit me in a really positive way. Honestly, I think the fact that my characters are forced to fail due to reasons outside of their direct control has made me a better writer outside of tabletop RPGs. In games like D&D and Pathfinder, there is no functional limit to what stories you can tell using those systems. The only thing you're beholden to are the rules, and a lot of the time you don't even have to listen to those. Look at D&D 5th edition. In that game, drinking a potion is a full action. People thought it was stupid, so they decided, no, actually, that's a bonus action now, I think. And that one house rule became so popular that in the next update to the game in 2024, they changed the potion rules. So now a health potion only takes a bonus action to drink. And that's what I love about these games. If your playgroup doesn't like a rule, you can change it. And if changing it isn't enough, rip the page it's on out of your rulebook and burn it. Who cares? Not me. It's your game. Play it the way that you want. Anyway, back to the whole no functional limits thing, right? With a system like D&D or Pathfinder, you can pretty much do anything. If there's a genre of story that you want to tell that isn't high fantasy, there's 100% a Patreon page out there for $5 to $15 that will add everything you need to play the entire story of Dune in D&D. But keep in mind, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. There are lots of things that I wouldn't use a system like D&D or Pathfinder for. For me, horror is a really big one. I wouldn't do horror in either of these systems because PCs in these systems get way too powerful way too quickly, and it's really hard to do that horror feel in those games. But that's where TTRPG's next strength comes in. There is a TTRPG for everything. You want to play as a detectives investigating eldritch horrors back in the 50s? Call of Cthulhu. You want to play as an angsty teen superhero dealing with the stress of maintaining a secret identity while fighting terrorists? Go play Masks, A New Generation. Power Rangers, but it's written by Jane Austen. Go play Sentai and Sensibility. You want a game where you play as a character in a card battling anime like Yu-Gi-Oh!, where you make your own cards and you battle with them, where the game can run with no actual GM, and instead it's just you and one of your friends role-playing and having a fun little card game. Go play Perfect Draw. The fact that there are so many of these super specific games with cult-like followings is a product of the community surrounding tabletop role-playing games online. You have a bunch of very creative, very nerdy people, and you get them all together, right? One of them says, man, I fucking love Spy Kids 2. What a good movie. I wish that there was a TTRPG for that movie. And then a few months later, you have the first edition of a self-published, powered by the apocalypse system, where you play as secret agents who also just so happen to be under the age of 13. And it's peak. I don't have a great transition for this, but I can't really talk about why I love tabletop role-playing games without bringing it up. and that's the social aspect. Some of my favorite memories with my friends happen at someone's dining room table, whether it be the GM climbing over the table during some intense role play with a hag, or my players telling every single NPC that they meet that they're from corporate, and if you don't do what they say, you're fired. And it works. That's the main thing. That's what gets me, is that it works. Maybe it's me and my buddy having a near shouting match as our characters because they don't like each other and they're disagreeing, and then immediately we turn around and we're complimenting each other on how good the RP was in that moment. Maybe it's all of my friends crying together because one of the characters sacrificed himself to seal away an evil god so that we would be safe. I've met so many people through these games, many of which are now some of my closest friends. In fact, my best friend and I started hanging out because we both liked Dimension 20 and we didn't know many other people that did. Tabletop role-playing games will always be special to me. They bring me a level of joy and creative fulfillment that no other hobby has ever been able to. I love solving puzzles and I love the challenging combat, but most of all, I just love telling these stories with my friends. And these memories will stick with me for the rest of my life. And I think more people should step outside of their comfort zone and play these games. Hi, Editor Cafales here. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is the first time I've ever really tried scripting a video, but I had a lot of fun making it. This was all my opinions. If you disagree with that, that's fine. Yell at me in the comments. The main goal of this video is just to tell people how much I love TTRPGs and convince them to give it a try. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.